Rainfall to all. All you can really do is calm your mind. How? How do you calm your mind when it's chaotic in there? The lessons of this life. How to calm the mind when the mind has its own way. The pains of one of the pains of this life. Trying to control your mind. Trying to control your body. When all you are is not just a girl, not just a guy, you're just a soul. You're just a soul. I'm just a soul. A soul that now has to control the mind and try to control the body. There's the fight. There's always a fight. There's a fight between my mind and me. There's a fight between my body and me. There's a fight between the people in the world. And me. And let's not get into how many people rise up against you. The fight to keep standing. The fight to keep your head up. I know, it's so much. The fight to keep your freaking mouth open when all you want to do is sleep. And I'm not speaking of going inside of yourself and having a wonderful dream. No, I'm saying just falling back to sleep. It's a fight in whatever pit that you fall in to rise from out of it. It's a fight to make sure you're not walking into snares that you may get entrapped in, that you have to rise from. Let's not get into how many snares, pits there are set out against me, against you. The fight to serve, slave, labor. The fight to continue laboring. People think like it's sweet. Well, let me turn it around and say slave. It's a fight every day to wake up a slave. It's a fight every day to wrap your head around it. It's a fight every day when your body is weak. It's a fight every day if you get sick. Even when you get a little flu, a little stomach ache. That's a fight to get up. It hurts. It's a fight every day if you get a headache. It hurts. People think that's probably mediocre. It still hurts. It's a fight every day if you got knee pain. It hurts. It's a fight every day to get up without your bones cracking. It sucks. They're vexed. The bones are vexed. They're stressed. It's a fight every day when you're under stress. It's a fight every day when you know you're under stress and your heart is tired. It's hard enough on your head around that it's weighing on you mentally, weighing on you physically. That is literally killing you. It's literally harming you. So to wake up every day to labor, scratch that, slave away. Because let's remember, this is what we have to do. It's not about being an entrepreneur. It's not about working your so-called passion. You have to remember that we have to. It's no longer a choice. It's no longer, oh, I'm going to do my passion when I have time, right? And the rest of the time I'm spending it with my loved ones, or I'm spending it to go on vacation. Just spend time with me. No, you can't. No, your passion, your work, your labor, the plantation has become your life. So let's not forget that. If this world was a world where there was literally work-life balance, there was literally a choice. What has made it not a choice is the fact that these plantations, these places that you work as your passion and, you being the boss, well, you still are under the master of this world. And you can't go and leave and do whatever you want to do. You have to come back to the plantation to provide for yourself, to feed your family, to have a roof over your head. This is still what it is. Let's not forget, you're not free, brother. I don't care how big of a boss you are, you're not free. This is not as they call it, the land of milk and honey. This is not a paradise place where you can just rest and, Allie's just working on her passion and she's with her father and, everything's good. No. This is, I work for my father. I'm good sometimes and sometimes I'm not. And then I do my passion and then I have to still go back to the plantation because my passion doesn't make money. It's what I do in the plantation. And unfortunately, money is what provides my salvation here. You see that? This is not the world where my father is. Let's remember that. There's still a ruler of this world. Yeah, you can be famous. You can have fame. You can have money. He promised you those things. Don't sell your soul. Don't bend over now. Don't do nothing that lay down your morals now. That's the catch. So if you're going to have those things, please work hard for it. Stay humble, stay solid. But here's the thing. It's just like, yeah, you can be famous. Yeah, you can have fame. You can have fortune. You can be your boss. You can be your entrepreneur. Yeah. That's what we all strive for anyway. Like, it's trying to make the best out of everything, right? So regardless if you are in the system, you're still going to do what you got to do to be the person you need to be, right? You're going to try to control as much as you can control. Understanding. But I'm not here to spoon feed you that. We already know that. I'm here to tell you ultimately that we're still in the system. And I think people forget that. We're still in the system. You can hear all day about, oh, you need to be a boss. Oh, you need to be a boss. But it takes away from the fact that you're still a slave. For at least some people that are listening to you. Because if we're forgetting that this is not life, if we're forgetting the whole purpose of this, right? Dome, this globe, right? If you're forgetting about all of this, because here's the thing, you forget because certain things that I speak, you don't understand. Certain things that I say, you don't agree with. You don't see the same. When to me, because again, for me, I'm speaking about the world as a whole. I'm not speaking about the world on the east side. Because of course on the east side, it's different from the west side. Obviously, I'm not speaking about that. I'm speaking about generally, the majority. Let's not be so closed-minded when we think. We have to remember that, there's more than this that you're in. There's more than just worrying about yourself, thinking about just yourself. You can, but truth be told, logic says that you're not the only one in this world. There are things that are affecting people. And yeah, you can choose to talk about it or you could choose not to talk about it. But I'm talking about it. And so if you don't understand because maybe you haven't heard it because you're on the east side and I'm talking about things that maybe, you don't see. Doesn't make me wrong. Right? So it's just people need to be more open. People need to just listen sometimes. Because it to me, it shows that you're not actually awake. You're not awake. And so if you are awake, then you would understand what I'm saying. Ultimately, it really doesn't matter about you being a boss here. It matters about getting free. Like the way people are waking up to it, where it's oh, we have to expose the principalities. Okay, what do you think we're doing it for? To get free, not to become an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Not to only become their boss. I'm not trying to work for you or you work for me. I'm not trying to be no master. That's the thing. It's when certain people only speak about entrepreneur, it's that once you become a boss, people are going to work for you, right? It's only you're just swapping seats. And that's cool if that's what you want to do. But again, wake up. We're exposing these principalities, the ones in the high seats, right? The ones that have power, the ones that, have that whip in their hand. Whip. I like that. Whip. Whip. Cover. Whip. 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 So exposing them. And so every time I hear you just talk about, oh, you got to be a boss. Okay. Now you're in that seat. And what power are you going to do? Hopefully you got your mind right? Because if we give you this seat and now you become this boss, we already know that you're going to need people to work for you. Or you're going to want people to work for you. They're going to be working under you. Let's just hope your mind is right. And that's my point. It's before we can worry about being entrepreneurs, we got to get our mind right. Get your mind right. Straight. Whip. And so that's why, to speak typical, that's all typical. Logically, it's just, look, I'm not trying to be no slave master because, look, I'm just trying to be free. Can you see through me what we got to do? What your mind need to be like? Why would I want to be a slave? And why would I want to be a master? I just want to run my business. Eat my mama biscuits. I just want to mind my business. Get on the road. That's it. I don't have no one has to work for me. Because what am I selling? What am I trading? What am I making? What am I doing? Remember, things should be free. Let's not be so closed-minded. Let's remember, you open the door, there's your fruitful garden. There's your fruitful tree. We would not need any farmers markets. You hear that? You see that? We would not need a farmer's market. And I say farmer's market because that's better than a supermarket, because at least it's outside. Well, sometimes. That's the thing. Sometimes the farmer's markets are outside, which they should be. But because to me, when you have a farmer's market outside, it's kind of showing that, okay, these fruits and things just came from someone's yard, you know? But when you see it in a store, it's like a deceiving thing. It kind of makes you feel like this came from like cargo, like this came from a plane, like this came from a truck, this came from far away. Like, where did it come from? When you see it in a store, Lord knows. And not to say that what's outside, that's the deceivance, like, is not from a truck or the plane or far away, but it just makes it seem that way, right? So I just say farmer's market, but that's the thing. All that's typical. Again, I didn't even have to go all the way there, because again, the point is that when you open your door, that tree should be fruitful. You boss, you entrepreneur, why are you an entrepreneur? What made you an entrepreneur, right? You're the boss of what? Just be the boss of your household. Yeah, bossy chick. Be the boss of your household. Yeah, take care of your kids. Teach them. Yeah, be the boss. Yeah, they're going to look at you bossy because you're not going to allow certain things. You're going to be like, close, hush, close the mouth, lit. Yeah, you're going to look like the boss. You're going to sound like the boss. The boss, they ain't going to like it. But at least you know that you have that authority. It's your household, man. It's your household. Yeah, you got to get your household together. That's the only boss that you should be. That's the only time when you're the boss is when you're in your own house. Because that's your responsibility. Now, when you open the door to go outside, guess what? Ain't no stores. Ain't no supermarkets. Ain't no farmer market. There's a tree. There's Mother Nature. You better talk to her. You better love her. Look at her bearing fruit for you. She inspires the women of the world. Look at how fruitful she is. You ain't not no fruitful till you own a tree. Mother Willow. And we ain't talking Pocahontas. I opened that door and guess what? I had everything. I stepped outside of this sanctuary. Because we want to hope that where we live in is not just a dwelling, but that is a home. Even though our home is in us, still, we're safe in this place. Ain't no Grim Reapers in sight. Ain't no invaders coming in. Not in my home and not in my home. Right? Not in my home where I am. Neither physically or spiritual. You understand that? You can't run from it. So stop being so closed-minded. Stop it. I become the auntie now. It's just I become a whole lot of things, Father. I see. I've become, But when you look at the time, it's like I'm right on time. I'm right where I need to be. I'm in my 30s now. I'm an auntie. Great. I sound like it, look like it, feel like it. I am it. Somebody got to do it. Good thing I've grown. Good thing I'm here. Good thing I survived, because it's been very desolate in these places. There's dust everywhere. You know, we got to get the cleaning. Get up. Get up. Dang. You find yourself got to be the bossy auntie. Just, No, ma'am. No, sir. You know what I'm saying? You weren't even a yes, ma'am type of person. Like, I'll tell you it, but don't call me it. No, ma'am. I'm not a ma'am. Call me by my name. Call me by my name. No, sir. No, little sir. And that's the thing. That's how it should be. The youth. It's like we serve the youth. They're the ma'am and they're the sir. Ain't no, I don't know, certain people have this entitlement. Like, oh, I'm older, so they got to call me sir. They got to call me ma'am. To me, that's kind of disrespectful. What you calling me ma'am for? A young person, a child calling me ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They don't have to do that. No. Just call me by my name, please. You only got to call me auntie. Just call me by my name. Because we know all that title, that label. Some people can't hold up to it. You know what I mean? Like, you expect a young person to call you auntie, you ain't even an aunt to them. You expect somebody to call you a sir when you really a ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. We're not doing that confusion. The children call you by your name. You call the children little ma'am and little sir, okay? So, no, sir. No, ma'am. Let's get it. Okay? Open this door. Guess what? There's a tree. There's a garden. Come here, women. Come here, little ma'ams. Come here, little mama. You see how you call them little mama? You see how you call the little children mama? Little papa? Come here, little papas. Look out there. What do you see? Look. What do you see? They say, shoot, they see freedom. Exactly. Now get out there. You know, you better get out there. You pop them on their little booty. Get out there. They gotta know, right? You're the boss. They're in your house. You gotta teach them right? Now, they said freedom because they see all that they need. That's it. There should be no closed-mindedness, no small-mindedness. No, we have to think bigger. You know how you're the CEO and you're just like, we got to think bigger, greater. We got to think bigger. Shush. Use that same energy when you get home. How about that? But instead, when you get home, you hit the bed. You hit other things too, right? But you hit the bed. I say you keep the same energy. You were so optimistic, so enthusiastic when you was in these buildings. Okay, when you get home, keep the same energy. No excuses. You see? Why? Where is the same energy? Why when I speak it's foreign? Why when I speak it has nothing to do with you? I'm talking about the whole world. But it's okay if you work for them and they want you to influence the whole world. It's okay when you work for them and they tell you we need to program the whole world. But when I'm on a date with you, is this really a date? Really? What is a date? But when I'm out with you outside of these places, the few hours that we have left before we got to wake up again and go to the plantation again and work for them, the few hours that I have, and I happen to meet you and we talking, because that's what you do, right? We're supposed to be talking. You don't want to hear what I got to say. here like speaking your language. I got a pitch that I want to, I want to see what you think. So the whole world, we need to do this for the whole. They say, who are you? You're not a god. Like, stay in your place. I'm like, what is my place? And that's the problem. They don't see no badge. They don't see no uniform. They don't see no credentials. They like, what? Who are you? Who do you think you are? I said, I'm just a civilian. I don't know. I'm like, I'm you. I'm me. What's the problem? He's like, you're just one person. I'm like, yeah, I get it. I have no power. You're right. Right? That's the thing. I have no power, so I shouldn't be speaking of this. And not only that, but it's just the fact that you don't want to hear it. It's too much. It's too much. But it wasn't too much when they were paying you the money for it, right? Paying you money to listen to it. Because the same things that I talk about may be the same things that they may talk about, but just in their way. See, all of it is just typical to me because there's so much that I got to depict to get that message across, to interpret it. Like, what's the issue? And so to break it down in a typical way, long story short, the problem is that to you, I'm nobody. To you, I should just live regularly. Why am I even thinking outside of the box? You're not getting paid for it. So you don't have to be in this position. But that's the thing. I choose to be. You're right. I'm not at work right now, but I still choose to want to talk about this truth. But you're so programmed to where it's like, we're expected to just drink and smoke and have sex and sleep and do the same thing. Like, that's all that we have. Go here, go there, be in someone's face to talk about what? Right? To not talk about the truth, to not talk about your troubles and the hardship and the truth. So I understand why you come off the way I do, but why can't I get that same understanding? And even if you do understand and see me for who I am, why can't you accept me? Why do I have to get such like ridicule for it when I clearly know what I'm doing? You don't think it's hard for me to have to face people like you that every time I'm disappointed? Yeah, you're right. I'm not getting paid for it. Yeah, you're right. I'm tired too. I just work in the plantation, but I know that someone has to do it. And I just feel it in my heart and in my soul to speak on it. But no one, no. You find yourself where you have to come back home because all you have is God to talk to. Because wasn't he the one that said from the beginning, we maybe forgot, but he was the one that said, come to me. Put me first. Talk to me. And you start embodying the prophecy because you come right back home disappointed. You come right back home crying to him. Crying in the reflection, just, I don't understand. My heart that you've given me to be me is hurting me because I'm disappointed, you know? You just start speaking out. You don't care. Now it has driven you here, right? It has driven you to him. The world. It's not that you just were just this so religious person, you know? It's not like, oh, the Bible said I got to come to him. Let me go to him. No, you don't know him. You don't know him. I came to him with sincerity before I even knew it. That's what being sincere is. Just be you. Be who you need to be. Be who you need to be and use the good in you. You know, and usually we walk with our heart before anything because that's just nature. and you start to be disappointed. You start to see like what is going on. So yeah, you're going to start feeling awful. And you're going to find yourself alone. And you're going to start speaking out because you have to release it because no one else wants to hear it. And you don't want to lay this burden or these emotions on anybody. So you're just like, oh my God, what is going on? Sometimes you might doodle it, right? You might write it in your journal. Right? Growing up, we had our diary. We'll release it in that way until they took it away, right? They found it and they took it from us. Same thing. But this time, you speak it. You speak it. And all this time, you were speaking to him. All this time, he was sitting there waiting. And I'm just in my room. All I see is white walls around me. That's all I see. And I'm heartbroken. That's all I feel. Ain't no God in sight. Ain't no Jesus in my mind. I'm just heartbroken at the fact that what I see, what I have seen, how I feel, how these people make me feel. I'm just speaking. And that's all it was. That's all it took. Because don't you think he already know this? Don't you think he already seen this? Don't you think these are things he might have told you that you may have forgotten? And you find your way back to him without trying. All you had to be was yourself in the world. And you were going to find him. He says, I'm in the leastest places. I speak in my own words, but he's in the darkest places. You find yourself in the darkest places because the world does not choose you. You find yourself alone because no one understands you. You find yourself alone. You find yourself with him. You find yourself where he is. I can't make this up. So no, this is not no, oh, I want to be chosen. Oh, I want to be the black sheep. No, that's not how it works, honey. People now deliberately do these things. We didn't choose to do these things. That's the difference. We didn't choose to be not chosen. We didn't choose to find ourselves in isolation. We didn't choose that. We didn't choose to literally find God. He was there. The world pushed us away. And we just happened to wake up and see this is exactly where God was. Or this is exactly where the scriptures said he was. But we didn't put ourselves there. You did. Right? If you say, stop following me, we got to go the other way. Okay, now we find ourselves in this path where there's not many people there. And we find that this path led to God. That's it. And I have to speak on it in this way because it has become this thing where, oh, you know, it's a prize. It's now a prize to be a black sheep. It's now a good thing. Yeah, I got to put some respect on it. Shoot. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know, but y'all can talk, but y'all don't truly know. I gotta put some respect on it when everybody and their mother saying they a black sheep now. That crazy works. The math ain't mathing, you know. The math ain't mathing. The math ain't mathing. It ain't hurting me, boo. Trust me, it ain't hurting me. It's just I want to let you know the truth, okay? And I want to let you know that you the Lulu, and I want to let you know that like I see you, and I want to let you know that this is a preview, okay? That's it. I have to put respect on it because before I even have to put respect on it, I'm just speaking on my story, right? I'm telling you the real version, how we got here, like how I got to this position, like what was then and what is now, how it was looked at then and how it's looked at now. That's all I'm doing. And then I find out, or I'm seeing and I'm hearing that everyone now is just this black sheep. So I had to like move away from what I was talking about to put some respect there. Again, it's not gonna hurt me because it's not gonna take my seat. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And I think, it has everything to do with just the acknowledgement of the black sheep, right? No matter how it looks or sounds, it's still shining light on the real black sheep of the world. Right? It's like written on everyone's hearts, everyone's souls to profess and confess. It still shines light on us. But you see, there are still those wolves in sheep clothing everywhere. It doesn't matter what sort of message what sort of thing is happening. There's always going to be those deceivers. Some that do it deliberately and some that just are delulu. Like someone could find one little thing or a few things in their life that was unfortunate, which of course everyone's life is unfortunate. You're a slave, honey. Matter of fact, no, boss. No, boss. You're the CEO. Right? You were just the CEO. Now you're the black sheep. I don't get it. Like, my point is that, look, this is an unfortunate place, okay? It's like, and I wanted to poke fun because the CEO, before this, they were like the big shot. They were like, I'm a boss. I do. They was talking. But now it's time to, for everyone to claim this sort of shoe. And now they're just, you don't hear that big talk no more. It's like, what took you so long to like humble yourself? I don't know. I like to poke sometimes. But it's just like, what took you so long? Big talk? Did the CEO, did that blind you? Did all the money that you were getting blind you? Because if you were the black sheep, like, if your life was so unfortunate, like, you should have been speaking about it. But all we heard from you, all you taught was, be a boss. Be a boss. Keep the same energy, boss. Keep the same energy. Anyways, so, yeah, it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things that my mind doesn't flutter. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. It brings me joy to be able to speak. Humbly speaking. But yeah. Yeah. I gotta put some respect on it. I gotta poke fun a little bit because it's mind blowing. But it's not surprising. It's prophecy. Regardless, our name is still in their mouths. Like, who we are is still in their mouths. And I can keep going on that little topic there, but I'm just going to allow my mind to flutter and go where it wants to go. So let's go back. You open that door and the little mama said there's freedom. Yeah, there's a tree. There's no supermarkets. That's it. So why do we have to be a boss? Why do you have to have servants? You see, there's a scripture that says, you no longer walk in the back of me. You no longer have to call me Lord. Excuse me. Excuse me. You call me brother. You call me father. Do you understand that message? A servant versus just someone that works with you. There's love there. There's no whip. You no longer see it the same. Like, I don't have to be a servant or a slave to my Father. He wants me to be free. He wants me to be me. right? Can I just be the type of girl, the type of woman that I am? But when I come into this world, who I am is too much. Who I am is a bit rougher than most women. Whatever. You think I care? What makes me not care is the fact that I actually like who I am. Like, I like who I am. Like, my essence. Obviously, there's things that we sometimes don't like about ourselves, right? Like, you have bad habits of something. I might not like that habit. That's not who I am, though. That's not my essence. I like who I am. I like my personality. I like how I can be sort of like, I don't know, free. I look at it as free. I just look at it as me. I don't see it the same as other people. I don't see it to be masculine if I raise my voice, if my voice is a bit deeper. Why? Because I can't change that. I can't change the tone of I can't change the sound of my voice, right? And then if I'm expressing something, yeah, I'm expressing it because I can. And there's many ways to express it. Now, if you choose to be like, oh, that's not ladylike, or that's not how women should act, or that's just not how our women look like. Okay, that's how you feel. Am I committing a crime? Am I literally walking with my neck stretched out? Am I walking with my boobs out? Because there's some of your women walking with their boobs out. Yeah. At this big age, because we all had a little scandalous outfit before, okay? But we want to remain humble. We knew that wasn't right. We were doing it for the world to see us because we know what we got. We look in the mirror every day and be like, yeah, yeah. Why would we need to be taking pictures like that? We've all done it. Why? Because we want people to see it. Yeah. But we are evolving. So again, at this big age in 2026, you're going to come at me and talk about how I'm very expressive. I'm very bold. And really, that really has something to do with it. It's more of what is in me that you see you don't like. It's what I know, okay? And then I express it the way I do, or my tone, right? But it's the boldness, it's the confidence, it's the security. Like, I'm facing you, my enemy. I'm facing you, my adversary. Now what? Right? I come up clearly against you because you don't like me. I'm now realizing you don't. Right now, you become my adversary, and I'm just like, what's the issue, my brother? And they look at you crazy because they're just like, hold on, who's she talking to? That's the thing. It's like, what did you expect me to come at you with? Like, what you want me to bow down and kiss your feet? What you want me to have Southern hospitality? What? I need to go down to the South to get some etiquette? What? Please tell me all your excuses. Because, honey, I've been in the South. Truth be told, I came here when I was 14. Left for a year or two, but been here ever since. I'm 31 now. I ain't changing, honey. And I also don't hang around a lot of people to be influenced. So what are you really saying? What? I've been around these people. That ain't etiquette to me. Well, it is etiquette, but I don't know what you're trying to convey. Are you trying to say that's the right thing to do? That's the right way? I'm just being my individual self. Who am I harming? You worried about me, you need to be worried about your daughter. You need to be worried about your son. You need to worry about your dang self. You see that? You worried about how tough I am because I ain't bowing down to kiss your feet. But you allowing men in women bathrooms. That's what you allow in. See, they don't like me. They don't like me. It's getting worse by the minute. They're like, ugh, this woman is masculine and this and that and she. That's what I hear. Talkie, sussy, sissy, sassy. What? Tookie? What? See, that's the thing. It's like, what is it? You allowing all of this happening, all these abominable things, literally, like, I'm not just saying abominable just because, no, they're actually abominable. They harm people, children's minds. They disturb their minds. They have nightmares because of it. You got people in costumes that are freaking scaring the children. And you know I don't play about them. So what the freak is wrong with me? What time is it? What's your issue? That's what I mean. To sit there and wonder or to ask this person or wait for them to respond, please. Please. And that's the thing. These fools don't want to be wrong. Whew. That's the thing. It's like, don't wait for them because they'll never confess. Because they hated you from the beginning. They hated you from the moment before you stepped in because they knew of your spirit. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, the spirit is in a body of a woman. So on top of that, yeah, it bothers you. Because you have this thing about how women should be. And that's fine. Like, look, do what you want to do in your household. But what you're not going to do is tell me who I should be when you got far worse things that's happening that you allowing. Like, don't come up against me and think that I'm just going to keep my mouth shut when I know these things, when I've seen it, right? And that's the thing. They don't want people to know about those things. Because once you know, you have something against, you have things. You have your evidence, right? You have your case against them. Because they'll think they're right all day. They'll stand their ground all day and be like, see y'all, look. Right? They judging you from the surface, but guess what? You got facts. I might not could judge you from the surface, but I can judge you from everything that's in it. Everything I know. I'm gonna expose you from the inside out. How about that? And that is why they don't like me. You think I was naive? You think I was gullible? You think I was oblivious? You think I was just a woman in this world? The typical woman, I guess? Because that's the way you're conveying it. Oh my God. Why is she so this and that? What is this and that? That I know things? And that I stand up for it? I don't care if the man that I'm with doesn't stand. What, he's supposed to be standing and not me? Please. And you think that God doesn't like me? You think God that I'm the devil? No, let's get serious. You think I'm the devil? You're gonna look at me and be like, oh my gosh, she needs to go to church. She's so disrespectful. You think God hates me? Doesn't like me? You think that I'm the devil? Because I speak up against you? Because I stand up in the face of man and women? Because I stand up before he did. You think I'm wrong? You don't got to hear it from me. You will hear it from my Father. But this is a preview. So I'm going to let you know and be very confident with it. I am my Father's daughter. There is God in me. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm God. I mean, you know what I'm saying. He is my Father. He's in me. But you're going to sit here and think that I'm the devil. And people are really gonna believe you. And you know why. You know why these people do. That's why we're the minority. And I have to go home after all that, after standing my ground and, you know, doing what I was supposed to do for me and clearly for whatever I was standing for. I have to go home in a world where I'm alone. where I'm the minority, where I'm least. I have to cry because I'm still human. I'm still emotional, right? I have hormones, right? All those things play a part. But second, it never made me. It never stopped me. But yes, those things do weigh on me. Yes, that I'm a woman. Yes, that I have hormones. It sucks because I may feel a bit more sensitive than him. Because when I get home, dang, they talking to me like that. They talking to, a woman. Yeah. It's now something that I have to replay and now say. But in the face of the enemy, none of those things should matter. I'm just speaking up for what's right. Why don't you accept me? And that's what it has always been. It's okay if a man says it. It's okay if a man does it. It's okay if it comes from him. But a woman is supposed to close her mouth and cross her legs and look pretty. Listen, brother, I understand that because who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want a pretty woman, right? Who wouldn't want just a very, I guess what you call it, submissive woman? Baby, I can be those things, but this ain't the time and place, honey. And that's what you failing to forget. You're failing to forget. Or maybe you're not forgetting. You're just not thinking about it. It's like you're going to work. I didn't come here to work, but clearly there's something that I need to say. And I'm going to say it. Everyone else can look around at me and be like, dang, like you're clocked out, honey. You don't have to speak up. You don't have to stand up. And I said, well, what is happening? You see, the last thing on my mind is what a woman should be. The last thing on my mind is any of these things that I'm receiving. The first thing on my mind is, oh, I got a will. I can. And this is what I receive, Father, right? So I go home. I go freaking home. And I look in the reflection because why not? I'm looking at me. I'm looking at me because I can't believe it. I'm looking at me because I'm about to burst out in tears and I'm trying to hold it. But I'm looking and I say, how could this be? How could I be in a world such as this? And the world is a beautiful place, so I can't even blame the world. I have to put respect on the world and say it's the people in it. And I'm speaking out, I'm pleading, I'm just releasing it, my heart. I said, it's hurting me. What you giving me to be me, what you giving me to be strong, what you giving me to be a soul in the world, to survive, to be an individual, it's hurting me, Father. How could that be? How could wrong be right and right be wrong? I don't understand. That's what I said. That is pretty much the message. I don't understand. You see, I've always been who I am, meaning I've understood the assignment before I knew the assignment, but I didn't understand how I was wrong. I understood what was happening. I understood what I saw, but I didn't understand how I was getting punishment for it. How could it be? How could I be alone? How could I not have community? How could I not have friends and family? How could I not get that happy ending? How could that wicked witch get it? Everything was reversed. Everything is twisted and crooked. That's my philosophy in every freaking testimony. I say this world is twisted. I want people to see it through me. I want people to see it. That is how I see. That is what I know. That is what my eyes see. Okay? And that is what I mean. How could this be? I don't understand. I'm speaking up against, I'm speaking to this person. I didn't come up against them. I'm just speaking and trying to understand why they're being unfair. And guess what? They're telling me to be quiet. They're telling me to go in the room. They're telling me that I need to stay in a child's place. They're telling me that ain't my business. They're telling me that I'm rude or I'm disrespectful because I'm talking up against them. They tell me that they're big and I'm small. Father, they're telling me this, but I thought I was doing the right thing. So why am I getting punished for it? Why am I the one to become the black sheep? And that is the plea. That's my case. That's my testimony, because it's like I didn't choose to be the black sheep. So there's that putting respect on the black sheep, because we didn't choose this. Well, let me speak for me. I didn't choose this. Dang, I just wanted to be me. I just wanted to be not original. I just wanted to be me. That's it. An individual. I'm just individually me, and I get the ridicule. I get the punishment in this world. I didn't even know the scriptures. I didn't know any of these things. Now these things come to fruition and their confirmation, these scriptures of who I am. People confessing it in their souls about black sheep. These are all confirmations. I had to live through this and not understand. I had to I become the black sheep. I become this sort of prophecy, but I'm just a soul first. I'm just a soul that just wanted to do the right thing with being imperfect. I'm just trying to stand up. Yeah, I'm not perfect neither, but I'm trying to speak up for myself. I'm just defending myself. But now I become this black sheep. Now I become this prize or this shoe that people claims. And it's just like, stop it. Just stop it. Because you guys are the same ones that were quiet. You were the same ones that told me to be quiet. You were the same ones that said, go in a room, she's on punishment. You were the same ones. And you got the nerve to speak. And that's why I say, close your mouth. I'm speaking. I'm in my Father's courts. The muzzle is off. He has healed my broken heart. He's been healing me these past 7 years. I had made a vow when I was 24. And I've been choosing me, choosing my spirituality. The scriptures make sense to me. Yeah, the Holy Bible that people disgrace. Well, guess what? Fine. More for me. It speaks about me. It speaks about what I've been through and how the world treated people in the world treated me. Do you understand that? So the last thing I'm going to believe is you and how you feel about the Bible, because maybe you're the enemy. Maybe you're a homosexual. Maybe because it's set out against you. Maybe you feel some way about it. And that's your opinion. That is your opinion. But I'm going to testify and tell the truth. And by me telling the truth is going to set it free. Because I am a black sheep. I am one of the original ones. A true one. I don't just talk that talk. I walk that walk. And that is why I have so much pride. And that is why I'm so strong, man. Because I can be. I earned it. I used it. The more you work, the more you get stronger. So again, the last thing I'm expecting is someone to be like, oh my God, I want a woman that's quiet. I want a woman that's going to do this. But to me, it's like, if someone loves you, they'll do it. Stop expecting people to just kiss your feet. You have to earn it. And that's what I mean. It's just like, women, please, like, get a grip. Have some integrity. Like, it's okay. If they don't like you, so be it. Who are these people? Who are they? That's what it comes down to. Like, if they don't like you, the heck with them. Why are you selling your soul? Why are you changing your essence? Like, just be you. To me, it's like, how can you just be one way? How can you just be one way when you have all these emotions and your personality? I don't understand that. But I guess in the world, it makes a person feel like you're stable and you're safe. because there's no surprise there. But to me, it's weird, right? In the world, they label me as a free spirit because I'm happy, I'm jolly, I'm funny, I can be serious, I'm very complex. But to me, it's just what a natural person is, because I have all those things. I can be anything. I can be all things. But I guess when you want to, zip your lips, and you want to cross your legs, and you want to look sophisticated and modest, that's just the way, right? That's just your way to what? Get what you want to get. For whose approval, though? That's the thing. Like, you're doing all this for what? Validation? And if you are that way, hey, it ain't hurting me, boo. It ain't hurting me. Because this ain't even really about you. This is about me, and it's always been about me. But I say this as a friend, as a sister, excuse me, as a spiritual mother. Be yourself. Be yourself. If you're one way with your family and you're not the same way with people outside of that, then that should tell you something. Who are you with your family? I'm sure you're goofy. Okay, well, why does that stop? Why does that have to stop? Please, don't put me in a box. Don't suffocate me. The only one that has done it to me is my father, for good reason. And if I'm allowing someone else to do it, I'm sure it isn't. I'm sure it isn't for good reason. That intent is different. And I'll leave it there.